Are you tired of searching a million sites looking for that brand new car or that used car? Save yourself the time. Head on to Autolist.com. You can get it done there or download their award-winning app on iPhone or Android today. Autolist, sponsoring today's 49ers Report. I'm Cam Rogers, and you are watching the 49ers Report here on YouTube and Facebook Live. So I just wrapped up the news and rumors surrounding the 49ers. A little fun segment here today. I am going through 7 rounds, best pick from each of those rounds in the draft since 2000, so since the turn of the century. We'll start things off with round number 7. Looking at the guard position here, Kyle Kosier is my pick for the best draft in round 7 since 2000. Only played 3 seasons with San Francisco, and he did see his better years later in his career when he left the 49ers, but Kosier showed great versatility for San Francisco, playing on the inside of that offensive line. And, of course, you all know he went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys, replacing Larry Allen, started 80 games there. He's pretty darn good. Kosier left the 49ers in 2005 as a restricted free agent. He's there for round 7. Let's check in with round 6. Delanie Walker, drafted in 2006. It took some time for Walker to really emerge for the 49ers. Once Jim Harbaugh came to town, though, he fell in love with Delanie, and obvious reasons why. The guy's a fantastic player. He didn't start many games because of that guy named Vernon Davis, but he was a great pass catcher for the 49ers and showed a nose for the end zone. Walker, of course, now plays for the Tennessee Titans in a much more prominent role, so he's a bit of a late bloomer. He's been a Pro Bowler the last 3 seasons, and he's now one of the better tight ends in the league that nobody really talks about. So Delanie Walker is there for round 6. Let's go to round 5. Parys Haralson, drafted in 2006. Defensive end, started for 5 seasons before Aldon Smith came into the picture. Solid player, coming off the edge, ranking in the many sacks that he had, 21.5 as a starter with the 49ers. He did have a quick stint with the Saints before retiring in 2014. But his best years, I think, were with San Francisco, so he's there for round 5. Let's go to round 4 here. Dashon Goldson, drafted in 2007, and the 49ers traded back to draft this guy, and I'd say it worked out pretty darn well. Goldson made the Pro Bowl twice in San Francisco and was named to the All-Pro team in 2012. 2011 and 2012 were definitely his best seasons, totaling 9 picks, 20 pass breakups, and a couple of forced fumbles. Went on to play for the Bucs for a couple of years, as well as stints in Washington and Atlanta, but his play kind of went downhill after he left San Francisco as he got older, as expected. But Dashon Goldson's there for round 4. Let's check in with round 3 now. There he is, Frank Gore. Honorable mention, by the way, Navarro Bowman. But Frank Gore is here for round 3, and what can we say about him? He's the 49ers' all-time leading rusher and ball carrier, second all-time in rushing touchdowns, 8 seasons of over 1,000 yards rushing. He was especially good during the Harbaugh years, making the Pro Bowl from 2011 to 2013. He's been a bruiser back for years, has always invited contact. That's the way he runs. A great person, by the way, just goes about his job. Never hear him really complain at all. Frank Gore will go down in history as one of the best running backs the 49ers have ever seen. So he's there for round 3. Let's go to round 2. Carlos Hyde, and this guy, well, he could be moving on. We shall see. But look, he had a really solid 2017 season, and for some reason he gets a bad rap, but he's actually really a quality player. Coming off a solid 2017 campaign that featured 938 yards, 8 touchdowns, 59 receptions for 350 yards. Yes, he has yet to eclipse that 1,000-yard mark. I get it. But if the 49ers let Hyde walk, he's surely going to get a lot of interest at a nice payday because he is a fantastic player. I do think his best years are still ahead of him. I still think he's on the upswing there. So Carlos Hyde is there for round 2. Round 1, drafted in 2007, Joe Staley, the premier anchor at left tackle, has been a model of consistency, a 49er for life to this point. Had a fantastic season last year. Finished as the number 2 ranked tackle according to Pro Football Focus. 6-time Pro Bowler. The 49ers, by the way, traded up to get him in the 2007 draft, and boy, was it the right decision. With all the talk about addressing the interior of that offensive line, It sure is nice to know that Jimmy Garoppolo's blind side is going to be protected by this guy, Joe Staley. So he's there for round 1. All right, let's summarize my list here, ladies and gentlemen. Best draft picks by round since 2000. Kyle Kosier, the guard, there for round 7. Delanie Walker, round 6. Parys Haralson, round 5. Dashon Goldson, round 4. And then 3 through 1 here, Frank Gore, Carlos Hyde, and Joe Staley. Which pick was the better draft pick? I want you guys to tell me here. Give us a heart for Joe Staley, a like for Frank Gore. I bet you guys are absolutely torn on this one, and I'm sure for a lot of you out there, it's going to be tough to actually come up with a decision. But I challenge you to pick one, Joe Staley or Frank Gore. Let me know on Facebook Live and YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook Live, hitting that reaction button, or on YouTube via the comment section below. All right, folks, I'm saying goodbye here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. I'm Cam Rogers. Check me out on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. I'll see you next week.